This is T.L. Brink, and today we're talking about how to use AI chatbots in these of my classes: General Psychology and Lifespan Development. What we're talking about is artificial intelligence in the form of large language model chatbots. Here are the half-dozen more commonly used chatbots today: ChatGPT, Google Bard, also known as Gemini, Bing Chat, also known as Copilot, Claude, U, and Perplexity. I use these chatbots at least half a dozen times a day, usually in place of what I used to use, such as Google Search or Wikipedia. I use the chatbots because they're faster. They get me the information more quickly. They don't necessarily get better information. Now, the proper understanding of the role of AI today is one of the goals of this course, because AI is an important new tool to be used in education, research, human services, and healthcare. My job is to help you learn how to use AI effectively, efficiently, and ethically. Therefore, my promise to you is that I shall demonstrate how to use AI, provide assignments designated to help you master the use of AI, and grade your assignments according to your mastery of AI. Let's focus on that ethical question. It would be plagiarism to have a chatbot author your entire project write-up. So that would be like if you used a robot to build an entire house and then claimed to be a master carpenter. By the way, that particular image of a robot building a house, that was generated by an AI image generation site, Cryon.com. Now, one analogy I came out with soon after ChatGPT became popular was that ChatGPT is like a drunken uncle at Thanksgiving. He's very quick to talk about anything as if he were an expert, but he gives vague, verbose, repetitious responses, extremely cautious in the introduction and the conclusion. I don't want your writing to sound like that. I'm going to revise my analogy for what ChatGPT and the other chatbots are like. They're more like a tutor who does not maintain adequate contact with the professor. They overestimate their own expertise. They give a lot of advice, but sometimes that advice is wrong. Specifically, I want to improve your writing skills, and maybe you're going to use ChatGPT to help you in your writing in some way. But your finished product better not sound like an AI chatbot. I don't care if you used AI or not. If it sounds like an AI chatbot, you're not going to get credit for it. That's the kind of writing that we don't need in the 21st century. Now, some of the post topics in this class will call for a specific example through a case study or introspection. Here's one assignment I use in a class. Use introspection to identify a specific behavior or decision on which you differ greatly from your cohort and explain this difference. Do not give a list of adjectives or metaphors, but only one specific behavior or decision. That's the assignment. If we just dump that into Gemini, what kind of answer will it give us? Something that you'd want to have posted as your answer? I don't think so. As a large language model, my cohort excels at pattern recognition and completing tasks based on those patterns. They thrive on being given a specific prompt or question and returning the most relevant and statistically likely response. Is that introspection? I don't think so. And is that what a cohort means in the 111 psychology class? No, that's not an age-related cohort. Here's Gemini's answer. One area where I differ is the prioritization of creative exploration. While I can still follow instructions and complete tasks effectively, I also actively seek opportunities to explore different writing styles, phrasing, and even humor in my responses. This is because I am intrinsically motivated to learn and experiment with the boundaries of language, even if that means deviating from the most typical responses for a given prompt. This behavior might not be the most efficient way to churn out large amounts of content, but it allows me to grow and develop my abilities in a more open-ended way. Is that a specific behavior? Or is that kind of a vague description of motivation? That really didn't answer the question. Another kind of post topic you will get in this class is to look at a published study on a YouTube video or in a scientific journal and analyze the specific components of that study. One study we might be working with is Walter Mischel's marshmallow study, where he gave marshmallows to some 4-year-olds and told them that he was going to leave the room. And if the marshmallow was still there when he got back, he would give the child another marshmallow as a reward for their ability to wait for that marshmallow. Now here's the assignment for the post. In Mischel's marshmallow study, each child was presented with a marshmallow at the beginning and given the same offer of 2 marshmallows later on. Would that offer be a criterion variable, an outcome variable, a constant factor, or something unethical? Now, in this kind of a situation, it's like a multiple choice test. You pick one of the blue answers. You clearly identify your answer in the first sentence, and then you explain why that is the correct answer. Here's what Gemini says. The offer of 2 marshmallows is the criterion variable in the marshmallow test. No, it isn't. That's the wrong answer. A criterion variable is the variable that is being measured in an experiment. Yeah, it's one of the variables. In this case, the criterion variable is the child's ability to delay gratification. That's right, but that wasn't my question. The offer of 2 marshmallows is the outcome that the researchers are trying to measure. No. The offer of 2 marshmallows is something the researchers did at the beginning. The offer of 2 marshmallows is not a constant controlled factor because it is not the same for all children. Oh, yes, it was. All children were given the same offer. Some children are offered the marshmallows immediately, while others are offered them after a delay. No, all children receive the same offer in the beginning. Some children earn the second marshmallow by being able to delay. This is because the researchers are interested in how the delay affects the child's ability to delay gratification. Yep, that's true. But this answer clearly confuses about 3 different variables and did not come up with the correct answer. Here's the key thing to remember. I wrote the textbook. I wrote the terms list. I wrote the exams and the post topics. If you want to get the right answers on your exams and the post topics, use the better tool. Use the textbook. Use the terms list. Don't use ChatGPT or the other bots. They're going to give you too many wrong answers. You will do better if you use my materials rather than the chatbots. Now, the chatbots, maybe you'll use them at the end to catch errors in spelling, grammar, punctuation. That might be a good use. But I tell you, I use something called Grammarly, and that does a better job. But don't let that chatbot add a vague and cautious introduction or conclusion. You're not going to get any points if you do that. I'm T.L. Brink. If you've got further questions, send me an email or come by my office and we will talk about it.